Well, let's try that again. Good morning, everyone. It's Rob. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the chat box. Let me know you can. I would greatly appreciate it. And as you do, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And if you like what you see, make sure you follow along with the various social platforms that we're on. Follow us here on Facebook and YouTube, on Twitch, and any other of the platforms that you happen to catch us on. But make sure you're looking at these daily for different content that we post to each one. All right. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Derek, good to see you. Stuart, morning. Robert, Don and Chris, Erica, Chris, Linda, Tripp, morning, sir. Alan, Billy, good morning. Good morning. All right. So, guys, I want to jump right in. Got a couple things to look at today. Let's go start off with the futures. So we've got the ES in front of us here, and yesterday we had CPI, which was Consumer Price Index. We had a high number, but lower than expected to be, so we took off based on that originally, right? And then today we had Producer Price Index. What does it cost to make stuff, right? Which is a higher number than expected. It came in at 1.4% versus 1.1% increase. So market gave a little bit of a give back in this last candle. It's been a wild candle for sure. I was watching CNBC, which is over my left shoulder, to see what was going on with it. Rick Santelli was up there talking about it. So let's see what the other markets have done. We're down. We're up a point on the ES right now. We're down, 25 points on the YM, which is good because I looked and we were down about 58, 60, somewhere around there just a minute ago, just as the show is getting started. NQ, which is the NASDAQ, is up 23.5 right now. And then the RUT is up about 5 points. Right? We look at Bitcoin. These guys, the folks on CNBC are calling 40,000 on Bitcoin the magic number. I don't know where they get that from, but I think because it's round. It's like using a 20 moving average. It's round, right? For no other reason. But we're up right now by 450 points on Bitcoin. Ethereum, we're up about 42 points from our close. Gave a lot back from where we were. And then we look at gold. Gold has been a wild ride in the last candle, but has climbed along with the market. And we're up about 5.5 points on gold right now. And here's the one that's on everybody's mind is the price of oil. We're up near 102, so we're up another $1.33, which is about 1.3% in increase. So we're looking at that 104-ish level as a potential topping pattern in there. All right. So overall, lots of activity going on in the markets around this PPI. I want to go take a look at some trades from yesterday, and I'm going to ask you guys to drop your trades in that you took yesterday. Whether they were trades that we gave or not, doesn't matter. Whether they were funded or funded, doesn't matter. Whether you made money, whether you broke even, whether it cost you money, doesn't matter. This is all about building community, and this is the way we're going to do it. So for me, 2 trades. Crowdsource was the first one. We had a bull put spread on there. They had an upgrade from Goldman after their DoD contract that they received a couple of days ago. We had them on our list there also. So we had the opportunity both times to take advantage of it. Bull put spread below 213 is what I came up with. So I did the 212.5, 210s, and let me make this full screen. All right. So we had a big run in the morning, right? Really big run in the morning on this. And if you remember, if you were here yesterday, I wrote down, and I quote, not my favorite. I took it anyway. Got into the trade at 40 cents, got out of the trade at 30 cents. So we were up a dime on this trade, which was not really worth my time on a stock that's, this volatile, this much action around it, this high a price. 10 cents is not what I'm looking for. So it was, better than the alternative if we're going against me. But it is what it is. So we got out of it with a 10-cent profit. And then the other one was Cisco. Now, they had a downgrade from Citigroup. I said a bear call spread above 53, which always means use that 53 or above, right? So we go to Cisco, CSCO, not SYCO, not Cisco Foods. Okay, so they had a big move down. They climbed back up, filled their gap, which was very high probability yesterday. I didn't take the gap trade, and they fell off, okay? So we did a bear call spread at the 53.54. We got 17 cents on the spread right near the open. I was okay up here, didn't fret on it. We're just looking at the gap fill. Came back over, and we bought it back later in the day for 6 cents. So we made 11 cents on that. Now, I'm okay making 10 cents on a $60 stock versus 10 cents on a $200 stock, right? Not as excited about that there. So those are two from here. But, guys, I took 4 other trades yesterday. 2 Tesla trades, which the first one went against me, which was a gap fill, didn't work. I did another Tesla trade, an Nvidia trade, and an Amazon trade. I had a sheet open. To share with you guys. I left it on the computer last night, a spreadsheet, but I didn't save it. And Microsoft Windows decided, we're going to restart your computer. Okay. Spreadsheet gone. So, but all of them were early morning trades. 9:30, 10 o'clock. Between there is where the entries were. Many of them were exited at that point also. I mean, if we look real quick at and you guys drop yours in if you haven't done so already. Tesla, right? I tried the gap fill yesterday. For the down trade didn't work. I did get the trade off the 1016 level. That was an amazing trade setup for us yesterday, right? So there was Tesla. We also did Amazon. Amazon had the lowest rate of return of all the profitable trades. Good money, but the lowest rate of return on Amazon. We got in. There we go. About 9:45 in the morning. We were out at 10:08 in the morning. The 3050 calls I did. So I did the bounce off of that 3050 level, at 3046 level. And we got out as it rolled over. And then the last one was Nvidia. I don't remember. It might have been Andres yesterday that asked for Nvidia. Somebody had asked us for Nvidia. Nvidia, I bought the 225 puts right about 10 a.m. Got out of them about 11:35 a.m. So we gapped up, retested, failed at 225.65 level. Gave us a great opportunity on that trade. And once again, we showed a little bit of weakness, like we were going to bounce, or strength. We were going to bounce and exited out of the trade. So let's see what you guys have in there. Morning, Evelyn. No trade. No, John said no trades seemed off yesterday. There you go. Then it's just a time to take a day off. I push hard in the morning, and then lunchtime is a break for me. I try to come back in the afternoon. I had every intention of being here today because I have to wait today for a delivery that's coming. And my wife just told me, she goes, you know what? I'm going to take a half a day today. Done. No trading this afternoon. I'll be with her in the afternoon. She'll be out about 12 today. So Robert said $1.67 day trading the Qs, calls and puts. I usually trade 3 to 5 contracts per trade, 4 trades for the day. Nice, Robert. Good job. Congrats on that. Nvidia Nirvana for Alan. All right. Evelyn said SPY killed me down 8%. I thought it was killed it. Okay, Evelyn, appreciate you sharing it. Chris said 4 Etsy, 45%, SPY 49%, Qs 45%. Nice. Erica took a hit as well, Evelyn, on SPY, 10%. Terrible. I get it. It's never fun to have that kind of hit. Chris said, never got filled on my CAH bull put spread. Yeah, it happens sometimes, right? Where the market maker just won't give it to us. Missed Tesla, went neutral and couldn't pull the trigger. I get you, Alan. I feel you. Donna, Chris, no trades, busy elsewhere. And that's the nice thing about this business. I can run my life first and my business second. I mean, I got to be here at some time, but I don't have to live in front of the computer. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the trades for today. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up TradeStation. Share with you the list. So we don't have a whole lot of them in here today, right? We've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 of them in there today, okay? So I've got a list built in Omega charts. Let's go there first. BBBY. I wasn't going to put it on our list today. Where'd my option chain go? Let me go get that puppy. Open. All right. And let's go to BBBY. All right. So BBBY is down $2. It was all on earnings for them. Not good, right? Not good at all. I don't know what the numbers are going to pan out to be, but I'm looking at a bear call spread. So right now we're at 1585. I'll call it 16. We're looking at a bear call spread above 19.5. There are 19.5 positions here. How much premium we'll get for it, I don't know. Here's our 19.5. Yesterday was 88 cents. We moved $2. So I'd have to go to 30 strikes. 21.5. So yesterday it was 47 cents. So it's only 50 cents though. So we're looking at about 12 cents yesterday. We'll see with the volatility around the news today on the position, especially as people are trying to get out of their calls. If the market maker jacks that premium up on those options, but we're going to be looking at that bear call spread. Right. Next is BLK, which is BlackRock. BLK is up $1.17. They've got earnings came out. So they're in a bearish bias right now. All 3 moving averages are in the correct order. They just got there. And this earnings brings them up $1.17 to $718. Well, guess what? They're still below the 725. So here's what I'm going to write down. Under this, I've got 2 columns on my sheet here, guys. And this is all I work with every day. Whether I'm teaching this or not, this is what I've been working with for years. I just put the heading of the name of the class up there now. But I've got the symbol, what it was doing in pre-market, the news that came out on it, what I want the stock to do or the options, and what my trade setup looks like. That's it. Very simple page. And you'll see this when I do the new free training we're going to do on how I find the news trades and take the news trades and all the good pieces about it, or how you can find the news trades. So what I'm going to write down here is for stock, I want to say retest the 725, right, and fail. If so, we could look at a bear call spread above 725. We're actually going to do above 730, right, because they're $5 increments you get up to this price level. Not my favorite of trades. I'm going to write that. Not my favorite. Doesn't mean I won't take it, just not my favorite one to go with. Right, we're going against the news, but the news drove it up, but $1.17 on a bearish move. Sorry, not liking it. Now, Delta Airlines, me liking me some Delta, a lot. All right, a whole lot. And they came out with earnings. Their last quarter was the busiest quarter, I think they said, in history, ever in history of Delta Airlines, right? They still lost money, but a lot less than they thought they were going to lose. I like airlines. I think they're coming back. I think the April 18th mandate date for the CDC to come out and say for airlines and trains and things like that is up. There's a lot of speculation. It's a 50-50 of which way they're going to go with it. I don't know. Delta's CEO came out and said, listen, let people make their own choices. Let the employees make their own choices. You're going to have a lot of people wearing masks, but let them make the choice if they want to or not. So right now, I like Delta Airlines. They're at 40.71. They're above this. So we got a couple different things here, folks. A bull put spread below 37. I'm going to look at a naked put on Delta today. They're up $2 at 40. We'll call it 41. So right now, real easy for me. I'm looking at a 20 Delta. I don't know where the 20 Delta is going to be, but that's on average what I'd like to see. That's 37.5. I'm talking about doing the 37s, right? So we're going to get some movement. We'll see what it's worth. We got a $2 move. We might only get 15 or 20 cents for Delta. The other thing on Delta could be a diagonal spread, where I would go ahead and sell the Delta of 40 on the covered call for the upcoming week, this week's option. And then I would go out at least 120 days. So we'd go out to September, plenty of open interest. We'd go out to September. We look for that 65 to 85 Delta, which probably takes us to the 39 just by the move. And $2, 39, 41, 37. So we're looking at paying about $5.50 for that option. And we could sell this week's option against it for 19 cents. Now, there's only 1 day left after today. If you look at next week's options, we got a 34 Delta is about 40 cents. So you're going to get about 32 cents for a full week of time on Delta. So I like Delta. I will be looking at it right on the open today. Right? Beautiful. All right. Next is ISRG. And there's only 3 candidates left. So drop in the ones you guys want me to take a look at. Robert said, Rob, do you participate in options with very low volume and wide spreads? I've had a hard time with some of these due to low liquidity. No, I don't, right? Unless it's a company I know. I mean, I trade booking. You may not get all of the open interest you want on there, and which is what we want, Robert, by the way, not volume. I don't look at the volume. I look at the open interest, right? That's how many people are at the party already. But I know booking. Booking always has wide spreads. I could still trade booking. Would I trade something with a very wide spread that's not? No, not always, okay? I've got to know it. I like Delta. You're going to have a wider spread today because of the earnings. You got to negotiate the numbers, Robert. And sometimes it comes down to the broker that you're using as well, right? So I hope that helps. Hey, there you go, Paula. Up 7% on SPY yesterday. Nice. Good job. Good job. All right. So now let's look at ISRG. ISRG is up. Well, it's only up 40 cents now. It was up more earlier. They do have weekly options available on them. They got an upgrade. I didn't write down who it was, so I'm guessing it wasn't anybody important. They're sitting right now at 278.25. Well, guess what? They're under that 281 level. So same scenario, retest the 281 level and fail. And then you could look at a bear call spread above the 282, which gives you 282.5. All right, wide spreads. But also, Robert, let me ask you, are you trying to go directional with the options, or are you doing credit spreads? Because if I'm doing a credit spread and I get my credit, I don't really care what it is. I don't care what the option I sold was worth. I don't care what the option I bought was worth. You know what I care about? I wanted 25 cents. I got 25 cents. How the market maker made it happen, I'm less concerned. That may be the reason. And let me know. You may be doing spreads, but let me know in the comments of what type of trade you're trying to take. Directional trades become harder. Right? JP Morgan. They had earnings come out. Right? JPM is down $3.60 right now to 128. So, wow. Look where we are, guys. We're at 127.94 is the stock price. We're right underneath that 128.02 level. So we can look at a bear call spread, but I need some wiggle room, guys. So I need to be above the 132 level. Try to get right above that 128 is way too tight. So I got to give it a little bit of wiggle room in there. Okay, Robert, you're doing spreads. Who are you trading with? PayPal is the last one on our list, guys. They had, here we go. Yesterday it was, right? CFO leaving yesterday, somebody? No, it wasn't yesterday. Was it Monday? We just had one, CFO leaving. And a couple of the last ones here. CFO leaving Lowe's. That was on Monday. All right. And now we've got a CFO leaving on PayPal and going to Walmart. I check Walmart. No big deal. Walmart's not moving on it at all. Okay. But they are moving. PayPal is moving. So they're down $4.90 on that. So right now that puts them at 103 and a quarter. So we got underneath that 104 level. So we could look at a bear call spread above that 105, or a long put. So, Robert, I have no direct knowledge of Schwab today. I know when I used to use them, they were horrible. But I have no direct knowledge today on how well they react on things like spreads and how quickly they can get that negotiation done or not. I'm not sure. I like the firms like TradeStation, TOS, Tasty. If you're in Canada, Interactive Brokers, because I've heard so many horror stories in Canada on how big your bid-ask spreads are and how massive the commissions are there. So, but some of those seem to work a little bit better for me anyway. All right, so let's see what you guys have on your list for today. So John's looking at Square. Let me go ahead, John, and flip this over first. Flip the switch, baby. Square. All right, so if we look at Square, so John said current price 123, looking for a short test of the 123.82 fib and a fail. 122.80, even better, John. So we're getting about $1 away, which I'd like to see at least that $1. I agree with you, John. You got that 113 level as support. So I'd probably be somewhere between 114 quarter would be where my target would be on this position. Right? So I like the setup a lot. Right? Comes right off our pop list, Square. So this is one that I like to trade as well. And here, I mean, how bad is this, guys? Not bad. How cool is this? It's a $123 stock that moves $10 a day. I got a lot of opportunity to take a trade with a $10 move on a $123 stock. Yowzer. All right. Let's see. Andres is asking for Apple. Let's go type that in here as well. All right. So Apple is up 21 cents right now. In other words, it's doing nothing. Okay. So, let me get these off of there. That was for the gap fills I did the other day, just to show how powerful it is of a strategy. 167.85. So Andres, we're back in the same place. I think we talked about it yesterday. Somebody had asked on it. Might have been you. We're right back up at that 168.34. If the market's rolling over, Andres, I'm looking down because you see the head popped up yesterday. We got above the top of the trees and said pretty cool and came right back down. We couldn't sustain up there 2 days in a row. So caution on this one. But if the market does roll over, you got room down to 165 on Apple. Hope that helps. Let me know in the comment section down below. Oh, I didn't see that on this. So you had said down to 50%. See, exactly. Down to the 164.86, which for this, I'd be at about 166 would be my target on Apple. Right? Whole numbers for targets make great numbers, guys. Don't try to go exactly $1 at 140, 165.86. I like whole numbers. Stocks tend to gravitate to that whole number. All right. So I like 25, 50, 75 cent increments, $1. Anything that ends that way is always a more powerful potential. Okay. So Tripp's asking about Adobe. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Sorry, guys. Dealing with a little bit of a stuffy nose today. Adobe is another interesting wedge, but has a little time before it likely breaks. Yeah, if you're going off of this top here, Trip, I see where you're coming from, but I'm looking at this almost more as a rectangle or channel than I am a wedge. You've got some room down here, but the wedge component, I'm assuming that's what you're looking at, unless I'm missing something. The wedge component, if I try to come down here, we've got higher highs. If I come up here, I don't really have much of a wedge happening. Now, unless you're looking at it as an ascending triangle, right, where the tops are maintaining and the bottoms are coming up. But you can't rely on today's candle or yesterday's candle, right? You got to use everything that's prior to that. You can't use yesterday at all. And we really don't want to use the day before. So either one of those are a way you could look at a trip. Let me know if there's more info you've got on it or something I wasn't thinking of, and I'll take a look. Chris is saying Apple again, so let me go look at that again. But Chris has a different scenario in there. Retest and push down off the 168, right, which is the fib, and the 55 EMA. So now you've got a confluence in there, Chris, which I wasn't even looking at before. So back to what Andre said, down to the 50% fib line, the 164.86. Yes, but it's more powerful now with that confluence in there. So appreciate you bringing that up. Robert said INSP for a long call. INSP. Monthly options only on it. So caution there, Robert. You got to go out of ways to get anything. You don't have a lot of open interest. 37 days out. You go 128 days out, you got none. And nothing in November. It's the last one. So a little bit of caution there, Robert, with the options on it. Easy place to draw a fib. All right, so I like where it's sitting, Robert. Good retest there, good confluence. 54 to 74 would be 20, so 18. We don't need a fib it in there, Robert, but so you got a lot of room to run. And this thing moves $11.5 a day. So you've got a lot of opportunity with it. I don't see a lot in the option, so be careful. Chris is saying BBY. Okay, let's see. Which is Best Buy. Continue down off the ADMA. It very well could, Chris. Couple things. You got higher lows here, so that's a little concerning. We've been in this very much sideways funk for since the beginning of the year, end of December, beginning of January, somewhere in there. Excuse me. We've got this sideways move going on. If you can make the move off of there, Chris, I'd probably look at about that 88.5 as my first target, just because that's where we went last. And if you don't want to pull the trigger there, I would really tighten my stop up really tight. So if it does hit, I'm out. And then open it back up if it breaks. Robert's asking for JP Morgan. That was one of them we did earlier, Robert, but let's see. So JP Morgan right now is down $4. So we said for a bear call spread above the 132 on this one. So we're down here at $4. Excuse me. So I hope that helps. Alan's asking for Chewy. Judge tosses IBM patent suit. Good for them. I like Chewy, so I'm glad. And I'm not a fan of IBM, of these big, massive, we own the world companies. So Chewy right now, let's see where they are pre-market. So the news didn't take that well, Robert. It's only up 15 cents. So if you're going to try to trade it off the news, I'd be cautious about it. It's kind of in this same funk. It's really not doing anything. Right? Let's see. All right, Derek, let's go look at Roku. And where are they in pre-market? Oh, they're up 14 whole cents. Yowzer. We're in a bearish bias right now. Let me just see what futures have done at this point. I haven't looked for a half an hour now. So we've recovered. We're up. Oh, that's crude. My bad. I'm just so used to being on ES all the time. Yeah, no, we're rolling over. 4 3/4. 54. We're still up 7.5, 7 points on the NQ. Okay. So if you get the rollover on Roku, Derek, I'd like to move back up towards the 120. We're at 114 now. I'd like to move back towards the 120 and the fail from there. And you got a lot of room to go. Same thing. I'd probably look at these bottoms as my first target around that 112 level or so. All right. Hope that helps. Let me know. Let's see. Evelyn's asking for SPY. All right. So the SPY right now is down 27 cents. So not a big move on it whatsoever. All right. Hey, Sean, do me a favor. Drop the links into Trading Like a Boss. Guys, you really need to get this training on how to trade with the fibs. So that 3-part series, take advantage of it. Even if you know how to trade with fibs, just take advantage of that. It's a great series. We've got something planned for Monday for Power Hour, so make sure you register for that as well. All right. The gaps class is still on there. Sean's guys got to get that off of there for us, and then we'll have our next training registered up there for you to see. So SPY up to 440, then down to 433. You got it. I mean, that's a perfect plan, right? There you go, Evelyn. Perfect plan. That's exactly what I'd be looking for. Push back up, and we're down 26 cents right now to 438. So push back up, fail, 433. I'd be out at 434, 434 quarter, somewhere around there. All right. Good, Chris. I'm glad it was helpful. Same for you, Derek. John, you're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, tomorrow's the last day of the week. So make sure you know to close all your option trades out tomorrow, because tomorrow is expiration day. All right, I will see all of you at our update tomorrow. Take care, everyone. See you then. Bye for now.